Okay, me and Claire just coming back from Six Flags over Texas. Today's May 15th. Isn't that today? Thursday, May 15th. I could be wrong, but I think today was the first day for the park to be open to the public without it being, one of those private events. So we got our tickets at I guess a discounted rate. I don't really want to say discounted rate, but apparently, you guys tell me if I'm right or if I'm wrong. I haven't researched it, but it looks like they charge different prices for different days, which that didn't used to be the case. But either way, the ticket prices for today were $45 a piece. Seems like they used to be $65. So 45 is not too bad. $30 to park. So instead of doing the $30 to park, I was able to upgrade both of our tickets for $20 a piece. So with an additional $40, it includes parking. So really, to upgrade our regular tickets to season passes was only an extra $5 per ticket. So I thought it was a pretty good deal. And I'm glad it worked out that way because the park's supposed to be open from 10:30 to 6 p.m. today. And this is how it went. We got there about 10:40, right? Around 10:40 this morning. And we saw this huge crowd at the gate waiting to get in. And I was kind of curious, like, what's going on with that? But I haven't been to the park in a long time. I'm not sure how much they've changed it, but I do see that they've taken out the old gates you used to have to go through to get in. That's all gone. It's probably not news to anybody else, but I wasn't expecting that. But there was this bottleneck. If there were 6, 7, 8 different little gates to go through, there were only 2 of them open. So it was creating this huge bottleneck. So we're standing at the back and I'm thinking, I wonder how this works. I mean, I thought that if you prepaid or if you're a season pass holder, you had a unique line to go through. But either way, there's no personnel there to tell you if there's supposed to be a separate line. Apparently there's not. Everybody's just forced to bottleneck through this opening. So that was not cool. Really wasn't cool that there was no one there to even tell you anything was going on. It just felt like there was nobody there. So that took a long time for us to get in. We probably standing outside in the heat for a good 30 minutes. Finally get up there, and then the area that's supposed to give you your plastic cards, your season passes, they said they were having issues with it or something. Either way, they weren't able to do it. Okay, they said you can come back by later and do it. So, all right. So we went in. I thought, all right, first things first, let's use the bathroom. So we used the bathroom, and then now we're super thirsty. So it's like, well, you know what? The carousel's right here at the front. Claire wants to get on the carousel, right? And there was no line. So we got on the carousel and then finally went over and said, let's go get our drinks. Because by that time, we were both really, really thirsty. It started to get hot.
And also when I wasn't going to get on the carousel, I was a little nervous.
You were a little nervous getting on there? But you did it. Mm-hmm. I saw you when you first got on. You're really hanging on to that horse. Ah! So we went to wait and get in line for our drink. And that just took forever to get the drink. We finally got it. And it was pretty much, once we got the drink, we got lemonade. We pretty much slammed that thing so quick, right? We drank it so fast. And I said, okay, let's go off to our ride. So after that, we left and thought, you know what, we're over here. She wanted to go to Casa Magnetica, or Gravity House, we used to call it when we were kids. And it's closed. That thing is almost always closed every time I go. I'm not joking about that. It wouldn't matter what decade it's been in. It seems like that thing's never open. So there was we couldn't do that. So okay, well, how about the log ride? We're right here at the log ride, right? So we went down there, waited the line, made it through probably 3 of those little queue passes, and then they shut the log ride down. Which I was really bummed out because number one, Claire's never been on the log ride, so she was really looking forward to riding it. And this was Flume 1, which is always closed. And so I was like, wow, I've been on Flume 1 in decades. So I was really looking forward to going on Flume 1. But they closed it down. A lot of people left the line. We decided to wait in line because there wasn't much of a line left anymore. I thought maybe it's just a simple thing, they'll get it back up going. We sat there for a while. Finally said, "I'll forget it." Nobody knows how long it's going to be. All right, so let's go over to the Spelunker Cave. Okay, that's the thing I wanted to ride the most today. So went over to Spelunker Cave. It's closed. It's always closed.
But then later on, when we were about to leave,
Yeah.
we tried looking again, but it was open.
Yeah,
and then
finally.
we went inside.
But the first time it was closed, and I asked the guy, I said, "When's it going to be open?" And he says, "I don't know." He says, "We're still getting it ready." Still getting it ready to open. Meanwhile, we noticed the Mexican Hat ride, the El Sombrero ride, was also closed. So, okay, a lot of stuff is closed, so we can't ride the cave ride either because it's closed. What's open? The little kiddie rides, the little boot and scooting thing, whatever, those things are all shut down. And just wasn't seeing stuff open. But we heard the Le Chaparral cars, which they're calling it Dino something. It's the old timey cars, but they've changed them. They don't look like old timey cars anymore. They look like you're on a dinosaur safari ride. So we waited in that line, right? And finally we get under a little bit of air. We waited for a while. And we finally got to ride our second ride. And Claire drove. Right? Did that make you a little nervous? Just going back and forth. They had the cars on there going counterclockwise, which I'd never experienced, at least not in recent memory. So that was kind of neat. After that, we got off that ride, and then we started making our way around the park. I said, you know what? Let's go to, yeah, we started going around towards the front of the park, and I was noticing the train was not running today. I didn't even look at the tower. But so much stuff was just closed down. And I was asking, why is there so much stuff closed? People were saying they don't have enough staff. I'm like, well, that's pretty lousy, man. You're charging people full pop, and you're not staffed up to open the rides. I don't know what the deal was, but it just looked like the place was not ready to be open. I don't know if it was because the rides weren't ready. I just don't think they had enough people running the place. So anyway, I think my sanity was kept because I knew that our tickets were turned into season passes, which means we can always make it up and go some other time. But if I'd paid for a single day ticket with no discounts and paid for the parking and all that stuff, I would have been really irritated about spending that kind of money and then no one there to help. No one there to operate things. I need to get over here. This highway's a mess. Anyways, we made our way around, and then the mini mine train was open, and there was really hardly any line at all. I hadn't planned on getting Claire on that ride. I thought it might be still a little bit too big for her. But she stood up next to the thing, and it said, "Well, you're well into the ride height, so let's go do it." And what'd you think?
It was fun.
It was fun. It was a little fast, wasn't it?
No, I got a little nervous.
Yeah, they wouldn't let us make any video on there, would they? Got a little nervous, but it was fun, wasn't it?
It was cool, too.
It was cool. So we got to ride. That was our third ride. Now we're starting to make our way back around towards the front of the park again. It's getting really hot. So I forgot, at some point we got ourselves some Sprite. But the drink refill cup was kind of a joke because they didn't have enough people. That was the other thing we found out about the lines. The lines at the concessions were really long, or would just take a really long time because there's like one person working. And they eventually got it a little more staffed up. It was just moving so slow. Not enough ice. And it's like free refills all day if you can get to the drink. So we just skipped the line and we just went inside and went to the machine and filled up our drink. And the lady wanted to scan our cup. I let her scan it. There's another guy who told me that's what he did. And I said, well, if you did it, that's what I'm doing. Because we were getting really thirsty out there. So we did that 2 times. So we did it one more time before we left the park. But coming back around, we decided to cut through France. And I told Claire, let's just take a look over here one more time, see if the cave ride's open. Because, I forgot. We did go by the cave ride a second time. They said it still wasn't open. So I was really giving up. The 3rd time we walked by, they just opened it up. So we got to ride the
cave ride.
Spelunkers Pirates Cave, whatever I don't know what they call it now. We finally got to ride that, and it was pretty nice and cool in there, right? Yeah.
But I got a little spook.
She got a little spooked. Yeah, and there's a part in the ride where it gets really dark and goes up a little hill. After that, we came back by the, I don't remember the name of it. It's the little, I think it used to be called the Indian Trade Post. Maybe it's called the American Trade Post, or the Eagles Trade Post or something. It's got a big eagle out front. And if you go in the back of that store, they got some great air conditioner. But on the way back out, we saw that the log ride was open. I thought, okay, hopefully it's going to stay open. And the line wasn't as long this time. So we went down there, waited through that line. And Claire finally got to ride the log ride. And it was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was fun riding that Flume 1. I think that Flume 1 is better than the second one.
Yeah. It was better than the second one.
What'd you think when you came down that hill?
It was fun. but I also got a little nervous.
Got a little nervous, but it was fun.
Yeah.
It was so fun she wanted to go again.
Yeah. But I couldn't.
Yeah.
Because we had to go, because it was getting a little high enough. We had to go another time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would have been a long wait to get back in the line too.
Yeah, but it was fun.
Yep. Anyways, so we're out there from between almost 11 o'clock. I can't say when we actually got in. It was well past 11. And we stayed till right around 3. So we got about 4 hours in there. In our 4 hours, we got to ride 5 things. The place was not packed. That's the thing that was disappointing. I think if they had more of the rides open, I didn't even hear the roller coasters running. Did you? I mean, I might have heard a roller coaster running, but I don't know. I don't know if they're running roller coasters. Surely they had to be running the roller coasters. But anyways, the parking lot was not full, but there were a lot of school buses that had brought in kids. But if they had had the other rides open, you wouldn't have had lines today. Maybe the concession stands. And if they had staffed up, I really don't think you would have had any kind of lines at all. It would have been just great. Anyway, but because we did our tickets the way we did, I'd say it was a fair day. I knew it was going to be light stuff, which was just me and Claire. I can't ride a lot of the big stuff anymore because I get too lightheaded. And yeah, I didn't want to be nauseous. And it was already starting to get hot. It was only supposed to be like 85, 86 today. It says 94 right now. So it was much hotter today than they said it was going to be. Anyway, that's my report on our trip trip to Six Flags over Texas, keep in mind if you get one of these green bottles, it's all day long refills,
Yeah, or the purple.
but only on the day you visit. And they do scan it. I guess there's a barcode on there. They do scan it to verify that you bought it that day.
Yeah, you can even get a green cup or a purple cup.
Yeah, the purple one's all season. That
Yeah.
one's twice the money. But my issue with these cups, you're gonna stand in line waiting to refill these things. I don't know if it's even worth it to some people. You know, if you can drink water, drink water.
Just any water that you can find. Like, even like in the desert, just find any water you can find. Doesn't matter if it's dirty water.
Oh, and the food prices out there, as you can imagine, are just ridiculous, outrageous. I think a thing of popcorn was like $18 or $19. Wow.
Wow.
$6 or $7 for a drink. Ah. No thanks. Turkey leg, $20.
Hey, Daddy.
Well, I'd pick the turkey leg over the popcorn, but too salty for me.
Hey, Daddy. I opened my plushie.
Oh, you got a plushie?
Uh-huh.
Anyway, y'all, that's our report on Six Flags Over Texas for May 15th, 2025. And catch you next time. Bye.
Bye.